بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. All praise belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has given us the opportunity to come to the house of Allah Azza wa Jal to perform our salah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept our ibadah. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to make this ibadah as a means of our salvation. And we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to bless us on this day and to give us all the blessings that are to be descend on this day and protect us from all types of evil. Amin ya Rabbal Alameen. When a person looks at someone who has been afflicted by a calamity, going through some kind of either physical or emotional distress, at that time an individual thinks about himself and he sees that what will happen to me if I was in this situation? Although we ask Allah to protect everyone, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for everyone and do not afflict any individual with such a calamity which they are not able to bear. But at the same time, we have to understand that every day in this world, you don't know what is coming in the front. And every day as you move on to this, to go over the situation and conditions and looking at different situations that you see around you, it makes an individual worry that what's going to happen if this situation happens to me. This is where the belief system of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes in. And especially it's very easy to understand in the time and era that we are living in, where every individual in one way or the other we hear about afflicted by the virus. Many survive through it, and there are many that go away because of the virus and they leave this world. Now, as a believer, as an individual, what should be your approach to this? When you hear someone being afflicted, when you hear someone that is going through some certain type of calamity, and this is not just about the physical or the well-being of individual, it's also spiritual. When you hear someone about getting involved in haram, someone who is abandoning salah or abandoning zakat or abandoning the fasting, or not fulfilling the orders of Allah, or cheating upon someone, stealing the money of an individual. So either physical harm or distress, or spiritual harm and distress. When you hear about someone, when you see about someone, what happens in the physical aspects of it, we kind of sympathize towards that individual. We feel bad about him. But when we see a person going through a spiritual distress, then what we think that we are superior than him. I can never do this. I can never leave salah. Or I can never cheat, or I can never do this to someone. Why is this person so wrong? But my brothers and sisters, every ability, it's given to us by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَا تَوْفِيقِي إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. Any tawfiq, any ability that is given to any individual to do anything, it is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. عَلَيْهِ تَوَكَّلْتُ وَإِلَيْهِ أُنِيبُ. To Allah that I put my trust and depend, to Allah everyone is going to return. So now, when you see someone afflicted, spiritually or physically, what should be your approach to this? The first thing is, when you see someone being afflicted spiritually or physically, you make dua for them. That, oh Allah, whatever condition this individual is in, you take them out from it. And you give them relief. If a person is not praying salah and you know about him, you make dua to Allah. Allah, please assist him or help him or guide him towards praying his salah. Or if a first person is physically affected, you heard about someone affected by the virus, you make dua, oh Allah, you give him relief from this pain. You're going in your car and you see someone get into a very bad accident. Now you're watching as you're passing by this individual. So what should be your reaction? As a believer, there is something that needs to come into your heart. So two things. Number one, sympathize and make dua for those who have been afflicted. And number two, ask dua for yourself so you don't get involved. Allah Azza wa Jal does not put you into that test as this individual has gone through this test. For this, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam has taught us a dua. The dua for the afflicted, or the dua for to see when you see someone that has been distressed. So Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu says that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, if you look at someone who has been afflicted or who's going through distress, read Allah, Alhamdulillahi alladhi afani mimma ibtalahu bihi wa faddalani ala kathirin mimman khalaqa tafdila. That, oh Allah, all praise belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has afflicted this individual with calamity. And oh Allah, you save me from that calamity. And oh Allah, that has given me such a great status over many of His creations, such a great virtue of many of His creations. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the person who recites this dua at the time when he looks at an afflicted individual, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect him from this type of condition as long as he lives. So as long as you live, Allah will protect you, because at the time when you see that individual being afflicted, then you have recited the dua. And in the commentary of this hadith, Allama bin Nuri min Ma'arif al-Sunan rahimahullah writes that this dua should be uttered in your heart or within yourself, not in front of that person. You see someone being afflicted, you go up to his face, Alhamdulillahi alladhi afani min mibtalaki wa faddalani. He's going to get offended. So this dua is something that you should recite in your heart. That, oh Allah, save me from what you have afflicted him. Oh Allah, grant me fadila, virtue over many. Oh Allah, you are the one that have granted me fadila and virtue over many of your creations. So this is a very powerful dua. And when you would recite this dua with full belief, Allah will save you and protect you. So sympathize, make dua for them, and read dua so that Allah Azza wa Jal protects you from this situation. We ask Allah to grant us the understanding and the ability to practice. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Jazakum Allahu khairan. Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa